I can't lie, at age 46, to still be active, to still be thriving, still throwing punches, it just shows how much of a legend you are.
Left, ready to go again, working with Freddie Roach. I feel like I'm back in 2010, the Wayback Machine. Pacquiao looked pretty good.
The renowned coach Freddie Roach is back with Manny Pacquiao to help him prepare for his return fight against Mario Barrios in 2025. Pacquiao and his team have been walking and running around Los Angeles to stay in shape and sharp. The famous boxer is set on making a strong return to the ring.
All right, let's go.
Run. You see that speed, Ellie?
That's unreal. What, 25 punches in 4 seconds? This pay-per-view is selling 1 million. Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao has worked with renowned coach Freddie Roach for a long time and done well together since the beginning of his career. Pacquiao has become one of the best boxing winners, thanks in large part to their close friendship and mutual respect. Now that Manny is getting ready for his return fight in 2025, he has picked Freddie Roach to help him again. This meeting makes me miss the old times and makes me want to bring back the chemistry that led to so many of Manny's famous wins. Pacquiao's training and comeback journey were built on trust and loyalty, as shown by their long-lasting friendship. If you like this, please subscribe Punch Vista and click the bell icon for more latest and interesting videos.
Duplicate a Manny Pacquiao ever again.
Let's talk a little bit about Freddie Roach, because, you know, your relationship has been so definitive. What do you think is the best advice that he ever gave you?
Just focus. Always what your dreams is.
Was that advice that you needed? Was that something that you found difficult
Yeah.
to do?
Just focus.
Fans are feeling emotional watching Manny Pacquiao train again with Freddie Roach. When they get back together, it makes everyone remember Pacquiao's best years, including the legendary fights and unforgettable times they shared. Seeing the two of them together again makes people excited and gives them hope for another amazing chapter in boxing history.
Left, ready to go again, working with Freddie Roach. I feel like I'm back in 2010, the Wayback Machine. Pacquiao looked pretty good in some of the videos that I saw, like he wasn't in horrible shape, but he is 46 years old, going up against a guy that is more than a decade younger than him in Mario Barrios. Bob Arum, in the same interview, he said that he was worried about Manny Pacquiao. This is a guy that promoted Pacquiao for most of his professional career, not promoting this fight against Barrios, but he said he is concerned for Pacquiao going into this fight. Do you have concerns about Pacquiao going in?
No, I don't have concerns. And look, I can post a video and look good for 10 seconds right now. Just like when Mike Tyson looked like a killer when he was promoting the Jake Paul fight. You writers and you guys with the non-boxing, I need to get those videos out of your head, because they're just clips. Anyone could look good for that long. I can train you to look good for 10 seconds. It'll be pretty hard, but I can train you to look good for 10 seconds on video. So don't worry about that. I look, Bob Arum knows what he's talking about, because it's the legs that's going to get to Pacquiao, not the power, not the explosive speed in front of a heavy bag. But whenever you're in front of an opponent and he's going to be moving around, it's the legs that are going to fail you. They're going to betray you. The power's not going to betray you. That lasts until the very end. His punch resistance, that's not going to betray him, because that never goes. Speed, and it's because you rely on your legs. That's the thing that goes at age. So at 46 years old, Manny Pacquiao's not going to have zero legs.
Freddie Roach, one of boxing's most respected trainers, often remembers his initial encounter with Manny Pacquiao. At that time, Manny was a small fighter, weighing only 112s, and many in the boxing world underestimated him despite his size. Roach noticed something extraordinary in Manny's punching power and promise. While others dismissed the young boxer, Roach saw a unique mix of speed, aggression, and resilience that hinted at future success. This early belief laid the foundation for their long-standing partnership, which would finally shape one of boxing's most remarkable careers.
What did you know about Manny?
Nothing. He's a little guy, 112-pound former world champion. He says, well, you want to work out together? I said, yeah, no problem. After one round of mitts with Manny Pacquiao, I says, wow, this kid can fight. He had speed and he had power. And because I asked Pacquiao, did you go to any of the gyms before this one? He says, Freddie, I started in New York and I came across the country and I stopped at every gym I could. And everyone else turned me down. I says, what? We started working together. Everything was going really well. He was about to go home, but at that time, Ledwaba was the world champion from South Africa, and his opponent had gotten sick and pulled out of the fight. Manny was the next available opponent.
What are you thinking?
I told all the top-ranked employees, bet on Pacquiao, he's 60-1. I mean, you can't get better odds than this. And they said, Freddie, your guy's gonna get killed. I said, what are you, crazy? I said, this kid is special.
I frankly had never heard of him, but I've seen and heard of him now.
Now, after years at the top and a time away from the ring, Manny Pacquiao has reunited with Freddie Roach to prepare for his upcoming fight against Mario Barrios in 2025. The training video has shown Manny and his team actively working on conditioning, speed, and technique. The lessons include road work through the streets of Los Angeles and intense, focused drills under Roach's watchful eye. This comeback camp shows both a physical and emotional renewal for Pacquiao as he tries to prove that his legendary skills remain intact. Observers and fans alike have expressed amazement at seeing Pacquiao's latest training clips. Even at 46 years old, he displays a speed and power reminiscent of his prime, which many find surprising given the physical demands of boxing and his age. Comparisons have been made to George Foreman's storied comeback where, despite age, a former champion stunned the world. This blend of nostalgia and excitement fuels hope that Manny can deliver another memorable performance, showcasing his enduring ability and fierce competition.
Manny Pacquiao is back at training with Freddie Roach. This is crazy to think about it. Manny Pacquiao is coming back at age 46 to challenge Mario Barrios for the WBC World Welterweight title. Listen, this is inspirational. I can't lie. At age 46, to still be active, to still be thriving, still throwing punches, it just shows how much of a legend you are, how great of a talent you are. Only a special kind of human can take on this challenge. You know, Manny Pacquiao, age 46, he takes on Mario Barrios, who is in his prime. Like, this could be devastating for Manny Pacquiao if shit goes left. But you know what I keep asking myself? Imagine if Manny Pacquiao actually comes back and beats Mario Barrios. That's crazy. It's happened in the past before. Bernard Hopkins, George Foreman, they've come back in their older ages and they've become world champions. It can happen, it's possible. But I mean, listen, if we're going to talk about skill sets, Manny Pacquiao is a better technical boxer than George Foreman. Manny Pacquiao is a better technical boxer than Bernard Hopkins. So it's not impossible if you think about it. Manny Pacquiao has got a better chance at becoming a world champion at 46 than Bernard Hopkins or George Foreman did. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's possible. Listen, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You know what I mean? Fuck it, man. Fuck it, man. Why not? Live your dream. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what age you are. Live your fucking dream. Let's fucking have it.
One of the most poetic aspects of Pacquiao's return is his goal to reclaim the WBC welterweight title, the very same belt that propelled him into the international spotlight years ago, originally winning his first world title at flyweight. Pacquiao's career has spanned various weight classes and historic achievements. This fight symbolizes a full circle, linking the start of his journey to what could be its fitting conclusion. It's not simply about the title, but about legacy, nostalgia, and closing the chapter with the same organization that marked his rise.
Boxing Doctor News told Onto Your Gloves, boxing fans, the rumors are true. Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring. At 46 years old, the Filipino legend is taking on WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios this July. But here's the kicker. Pacquiao's first world title was as a flyweight, and now he wants to retire as the WBC welterweight champ. Talk about a career comeback, but can the Pac-Man turn back time? He hasn't been in top form lately, while Barrios was coming off a tough draw. But will Pacquiao's experience triumph over youth, or is this one fight too far? Either way, July is shaping up to be an explosive month for boxing. Pacquiao's rolling the dice one last time. Will he make history as the oldest welterweight champ ever? You get ready for a showdown that'll have you on the edge of your seat.
Despite high-energy training videos, seasoned boxing analysts voice caution. They point out that impressive workouts don't always translate to success inside the ring. Questions remain about whether Pacquiao can keep the reflexes needed to evade counters, withstand the punishment of a full fight, and endure the stamina demands of multiple rounds.
This is a bad idea. Out of nowhere, the WBC decides they want their welterweight champion, Mario Barrios, to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. About 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hells yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. And again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. There were some health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried that he's going to get hurt bad.
Pacquiao's advisor, Sean Gibbons, has highlighted the deliberate symbolism in picking Mario Barrios as his opponent. Barrios holds the current WBC title, linking directly to the sanctioning body that gave Pacquiao his first world championship medal. This matchup holds deep meaning beyond financial incentives or rankings. It marks an intentional bookend to his storied career. Whether Pacquiao wins or not, the narrative of reclaiming a once-held crown adds emotional depth and significance to the fight.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28th in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios, we've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever, many years ago, was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great story and a very winnable fight for Manny.
Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas has examined Barrios's physical stature and background, making the point that Barrios went up in weight rather than being a natural welterweight. This could mean that his perceived size advantage might be somewhat illusory. Possibly leveling the playing field against Pacquiao. Atlas's view suggests that the fight could be more balanced than many initially believe, making it a competitive and intriguing contest rather than a straightforward mismatch.
Not naturally as big a man as those other welterweights. So start there. That's a fair point. He moved up in weight, Barrios. So he's not a naturally big, natural welterweight. And of course we understand Pacquiao has moved up. My God, I don't even know when he first turned pro. You would have thought maybe he could have been a jockey.
Yeah,
I mean he was
108 pounds, right?
Yeah, jockeys are about 105 pounds, I think, somewhere around that neighborhood. I mean, can you imagine him though going to the whip? He might have killed the horse. That's the only thing. Yeah, you would have had Petter. What is it called? Peter, whatever. Peter. You would have had Peter coming after you. Look what he did to this horse. But look, I love Pacquiao. One of my favorite people. One of my favorite fighters in the whole world. He's moved up from incredible weight. People forget about that. That's why I brought it up. How many weight classes this man has really moved up. Incredible. Just incredible. But now, yeah, Barrios wouldn't be as big as those other guys, but he's still a guy that's confident. He's a guy that's a world champion. He's a guy who throws a lot of punches. He's a guy who's younger, who's active, you know, who I know you can't go by this guy beat this guy, but he could beat that guy, but he could beat this guy, but you can't go by that in my business, in this business, because styles make fights. But you're right. He beat Ugas. You could say Ugas was a little older than when he fought him a little bit than when Pacquiao fought him, and maybe that made a difference, whatever. But he did take a lot of punishment, Pacquiao, in the Ugas fight.
The boxing community stays split on Pacquiao's chances. Some hold trust in his experience, skill, and mental fortitude to outsmart a younger opponent. Others take a more guarded approach, understanding the harsh realities of aging in a physically punishing sport. Some critics have drawn similarities to spectacle fights like Tyson versus Jake. Paul implying that the event's entertainment value might overshadow competition seriousness. This division underscores the complex feelings surrounding a legendary boxer's return.
His network, his YouTube show.
1 second. Do you have, so you got Manny winning?
Yes.
You got Manny winning?
No. Against Barrios?
Yeah.
No, I think look, every great fighter got one great fight left in him. That had to be Thurman. And Manny, I think Manny seems to want to, Manny appears to be like how Bernard and Roy were. Like he's really one of those great old school fighters where you gotta he's gotta go out on his shield.
Yeah.
Going out on your shield used to not mean just in any given fight. It used to mean that's how they went out, period, fighters. And Manny's like that.
I do not want to see. It's really hard to see Manny Pacquiao losing to Mario Barrios because of who they are. But who they are now, you know?
Sean, I do not want to see like Manny on the knee, mouthpiece out. That's going to hurt me.
Kevin McBride, Mike Tyson.
That's going to hurt me.
While Pacquiao says he has stayed active over the years, skeptics question whether his level of preparation matches what's needed to face a tough, hungry champion like Barrios. Critics argue that absence from professional bouts diminishes a fighter's sharpness regardless of gym work. Real fight experience and timing are important, and training alone cannot replicate the intensity and unpredictability of an actual match.
A bite, a overhand right. Stop it! Welcome to K9 Boxing. And it's yours truly, Cornelius K9 Bundridge, the oldest world champion in junior history. And Manny Pacquiao is looking to step back in the ring, y'all, against Mario Barrios, July the 19th. If I'm not mistaken, it's July 19th. And I give Manny Pacquiao a good chance at winning. Because, you know, a lot of people say, well, he's been inactive, he's older. Man, but he throw punches. He has a lot of experience. And his last fight was an exhibition, which still was a fight and still kept him sharp, punching, doing something. So it ain't like he just ain't been in the ring, ain't did nothing. Yeah, he been working. It's like them underground boxing matches are real fights. And it keep you off bold. You know, Emmanuel Stewart used to do a lot of exhibitions for his guys, or his guys to get them sharp, to get them prepared for a fight. If they hadn't fought in a minute, just to have them fight sharp. What up, Keith? Yeah, just to have them fight sharp. So if they got in the ring and they hadn't fought in a minute, it won't seem like it. It'd be like seem like they just recently fought. Yeah, so you know, it's a lot of stuff you can do to make yourself relevant, sharp, can have you right, ready for a fight. Yeah. My young dogs, Kevin, Kyrie, and Tadell, you know, the Hawk, the dogs, they fought to a draw.
This skepticism adds another layer of uncertainty going into the bout. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned.